Into the Breach.
Into the Breach.
Part 1 and 2, guys.
Yes.
We're going to be doing in part 1. Like, if they're double episodes, I'm just treating it as like one story.
Yep. Jason, if you please.
Fair. Dahl and his friends board Janeway's starship to investigate the wormhole created by the Protostar. Tired of his training, Dahl longs for some action. Gwyn runs into a familiar foe on the planet Solum. Janeway reveals the true stakes of their mission to Dahl and his friends.
Yes, there will be some moments where we're wondering what's going to happen to the kids. Are the kids going to make it? And we'll get into all of that. But we did get a new set of kids that joined with our beloved guys. We were talking about were they the Delta Quadrant? Because it was like a
Nova Squad.
Nova Squad, yes, thank you.
Oh
yes,
my god.
And that was kind of a what do you call it? A foreshadowing, because we got a very special guest character for this season, the first half.
We did, yes.
We did.
Yeah, so I think that was foreshadowing.
You might call this character Star Trek's first Prodigy.
Yes, indeed. That's very well said. Very well said. With that, thanks for joining us. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Those things help us out so much, and we appreciate each time you do that, because it helps us amazingly in the future as we beam on into this episode. So, guys, what did you think about it? Let's just have a free-for-all. Let's have a little bit of unconstructed gold school class.
New Voyager. That's the one way to start it. We got a new Voyager.
We got a Voyager A flying up.
Voyager A.
Yeah.
Everyone like it?
Do you like it? I love it.
I like the
original.
outside. I did not like the inside. The inside was gray and colorless and joyless and felt like a prison cell. The outside was beautiful. The inside, not beautiful.
There you go. There you go. And like, I've got a few points here. The doc. What do we think about Robert Picardo making his big bang? He sounded off in these first few episodes. It was great to see him. I have
to agree, yes. He did sound off. I've been trying to think if Robert Picardo has done voice acting in the past. I'm surely he has. I didn't bother looking up his IMDb credits. But I will say, and I know my Figure Universe just said, remember, no spoilers for episode 11 through 20. So this is an observation that goes through 11 through 20, but it is not a spoiler. He gets better. He gets better as it goes on. He was just rather stilted, and I don't think the sound mix helped, because to me the sound mix while he was giving his lines was off. It was like they were too quiet. And I'm not sure what the deal was, but I noticed that because that was the preview scene that they showed us some months ago, was the Doctor introducing himself to the Prodigy crew. It just sounded off, and I thought surely they'll fix it. They didn't fix it. Nope, they didn't fix it.
You know what I think also?
They went to Paramount Plus and said, "Can we fix this?" They were like, "No, you're poopy."
Yeah, he did ElfQuest, believe it or not.
Okay.
That counts. And then Liz brought up a good point. He did Johnny Cab.
Yeah. We'll be jumping into the comments a few times.
Thank you, Jace. Yes, we will. We'll get to you guys.
After every 3 episodes, we'll dive into the chat room.
Yeah.
Wait your turns.
The other thing I think, which also really affects, I think, the voice with the Doctor, and it does with a lot of the characters, the facial animation on the humans is quite average in the show. Like, how they emote physically in their face is not that great. It's fantastic for every other species. And I was going through that, but for the humans, they keep it very stoic. And with someone like the Doctor, he's talking in very operatic ways. He's being a big personality, yet we don't see it physically either. So I think that's why it's a little bit off. But it was great to see him again. It's a big warm hug, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes. There's also the small fact that they've kind of aged a bit in the last 30 years, so they don't sound exactly as they were back in the day. But I would happily spend time with an older, wiser Doctor. My only complaint is that he didn't call himself Joe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very good point.
Right.
Very
good call. Good call. And for the second half of this episode, this is the one that leaves off with them getting getting the Protostar, or is this before they get to the
Infinity?
The Infinity you're talking about, and that's still in the.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's the
They
end,
get sucked into the wormhole. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Hey, by the way, can I just point out my own stupidity? Why has it taken me 50 years to figure out that the Borg is actually short for cyborg? Which I thought was pretty great.
Do you want an honest answer, or do you want me to be? Do you want me to be sensitive to your feelings?
Don't be sensitive to that.
I want an honest answer.
Misnomer.
No.
That I didn't ever. It didn't occur to me at any point in my life. But yeah, there you go. Also,
first time they've ever said it out loud, so that could.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I don't remember them ever saying it, but I thought it was implied.
Yeah, it was gathered. It was implied very heavily.
Very heavily. That's all right. I'm just pointing out my own limited knowledge. That's all.
Look, guy, he has robotics on skin.
It's like he's some kind of a
cyborg.
Wow.
Yeah.
And to be fair, though, usually hear the first half of that word applied to a science fiction, like the Cylons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's usually some sort of, and then they kind of flipped it. I have no excuse. Let's move on.
Yeah.
The Infinity ship. What did we think of the Infinity ship?
Very Halo-esque to me.
Yes. Great call. That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, cool. Sweet. Yeah.
I was right to say
it was a Maquis Raider. That's all. It was just a Maquis Raider. It was a Maquis Raider that was a little bit more squatty. It was okay. It served a purpose, but honestly, it could have been a runabout. It could have been a shuttle. It wouldn't have mattered. I was underwhelmed by the design. Thought it was too boxy.
When it did its thing and started to do the temporal stuff, did it also remind you of the ships from the Matrix?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, I was like, this is like kind of Matrixy in some way too. So there was, it was a nice mix of things. It was interesting the way they did that, and I really I appreciated the way they handled it. It was very different and a fun way to amalgamate a lot of different sci-fi from previous into this. So it was pretty cool. And then they landed on the planet with Chakotay. So I guess are we good on this episode? Ready to hop into
the only other thing I want to mention is how Rock come up with a way to stop the tribbles breeding, which I thought was just a throwaway line, but I love the fact that she figured it out.
Yeah.
Didn't McCoy already do that though? Because he just came out and said, "Hey, if we stop feeding them, they stop breeding."
No, it's some sort of chemical thing that could stop.
Yeah, she.
Oh, come on, give Rock the love. What are you doing taking away?
She's gonna commit triple genocide. That's what we're doing.
It's not triple genocide. It's triple eugenics. It's something completely different, although still very unethical.
Yeah,
they're going to dump them on a planet, and then years later, they're going to get one little one's going to have a really good hair and a big. That's
set the Alpha 5.
Yeah, the second.
I will chase you around to Barren Nebula before I give you up.
Yeah. Oh my god. The second half of this episode, was it as memorable? Because it was like
good.
Everybody together.
Better. We're getting into plot. We're getting into plot now.
It was fine.
Yeah,
I mean, Gwyndala, that whole dual kind of timeline thing, because we're really kicking into that pretty quickly, aren't we?
Yeah.
So,
true.
No, it's fine. Essentia liked her as a villain.
Yeah.
Bit one note, but a worthy villain. You have to have someone who was going to be as an equal as Gwyndala, so I was cool with that. I had some question here. Is the wormhole Chakotay's a joke? Is the wormhole voice? Yeah, Chakotay's voice.
No.
No. But I've got that.
That was somebody else for sure. Because Robert Beltran's one note, one voice, one note.
Don't come into the wormhole. Don't come into the wormhole. Don't Kuchi Moya. Don't come into the wormhole.
My people have a saying: "Don't come into the world." Oh man!
No, of course, Janeway's like, "Let's go into the wormhole."
Yeah, exactly.
No, I was going to mention Gwyn meeting her father.
Wormhole.
Oh, jeez. What'd you say, VHS Chase?
No, it's all right. Go on.
All right.
I'm done.